What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Hot Effing Mic here on the soon-to-be John Rocha channel. I am John Rocha, joined as always by the man in pink himself, Ian Sneider, Jeff Sneider. How are you, brother?
Hello, Johnny boy! I like that nickname, by the way. Can we stick with the man in pink? I like this.
Yeah, the man in pink. Why not? It's perfect. Put it together. Great to see you, brother. Good stuff going on here in the world of entertainment. A lot for us to cover. You know, always worried when Thursday rolls around. Are we going to have enough? Is there going to be enough? And then all kinds of stuff starts dropping here. So we're going to get into all of it here on the channel. Streamlabs super chats are open. Send in your love. Send in your support. We might need to end a little bit early today. So send in your stuff early so we can get to all of it and make sure we knock it out and you get heard here on the show. It is pinned in the channel, or the chat rather. It's in the description there. And send in your super chats overall. All right.
Johnny, I think we're going to be okay because
you are? Okay.
The whole thing is that I'm going to Naz Perez's screening of She Rides Shotgun tonight.
Okay.
And so it was like, oh, seats aren't guaranteed. First come, first served. It's like, why not even RSVP to this, right?
Right.
And so I thought I'd have to be there early, but she says there's going to be an overflow theater. And so if I don't get into the main theater, I'm going to miss the Q&A with Taron Egerton, but I'm going to get to see the movie anyways. And, you know me and Q&As. They're very rarely good. So
it's not your jam.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So if I get stuck in the overflow room, no problem. We're going to do a full show for you. Before we begin, Johnny,
go ahead. Yes.
Curveball at you. What'd you think of Shane Gillis at the ESPYs last night?
Look, I like Shane, and I watched his stand-ups, and I liked him on SNL. And, I know for you, he's been one of your favorites because he kind of crosses that line. Although, to be fair, I've kind of been enjoying him now more as he's been going after Trump more and more. So I've enjoyed that. But I thought his monologue last night was, someone said this, was provocative just to be provocative. I think Dan Levitard said that. And I 100% agree. There's a way to be provocative and funny, like the roast for Tom Brady. And there's a way to be provocative and be clumsy and awkward and just trying to hurt feelings rather than doing something inventive and creative. And I think he defaulted to like open mic night type of jokes. They were really easy, low-hanging fruit. And there wasn't a lot of creativity to his stuff. What about you?
Oh, I thought it was pretty funny.
You did? Wow. Okay.
Especially the joke about him nailing threes with Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
That's funny. It's a joke because it's a joke about himself.
Yeah.
That joke. So I agree that not all the jokes landed. Some of them weren't great.
Yeah.
But most of them were pretty good. It was a good percentage.
The SGA joke was good. I thought that was a funny joke. But the WNBA stuff, it's like, come on, man. I mean, the WNBA is blowing up and it's booming. It's got all kinds of stuff. People are talk about overflow theaters. People are playing. The teams are going to bigger stadiums in order to get everybody inside. So making those jokes from 10 years ago, I thought it was a little lame. But no one went back at him. I thought people would go back at him when they got up there to deliver their awards, but everyone pretty much left him alone.
What he's got to stop doing is the whole like, well, I didn't write it.
Yeah. Own your shit, Holmes,
Exactly. The writers are supposed to be invisible, know. Like if you're not gonna take credit for it, and I think people are smart enough to know that hosts aren't writing all their jokes. Then name the writer. Say whose joke it was.
Exactly. You can't get both. You can't like Aaron Rodgers. It wasn't my decision to come out of the game. Get the fuck out of here. For God's sakes, you got to own your shit. Dave Bargatze isn't like, well, these aren't my jokes, folks.
Right. Let's hear your fucking jokes, guy. Or otherwise, you just like a puppet up there reading a fucking teleprompter.
Yeah, he's in a weird place now. Do you think the fame is getting to him? Do you think this he's just like kind of trying to be the cool, still trying to be like the regular laid back guy? It's kind of like Eminem when he started getting all this money. He's like, what are you going to rap about now? It's almost like he feels like he's a little bit kind of caught in that middle area. What do you think?
I mean, he's always been successful. I think it's the media that doesn't know what to do with him. Like, here's this guy getting big gigs, being successful, but like they're supposed to not like him, right? Because he's not. So I think that's sort of where you're seeing a little bit of a divide.
Yeah, but I've been enjoying the fact that he's been open talking about all the things that he's at. So I like him as a comic. I just think he was hit or miss last night. And I think the Taurasi thing was staged. Him and Taurasi, I think that was a little staged, in my opinion. But who knows? Anyway, all right. That's Two last things. One, Damian Lillard going back to the Blazers. Do you like this? I know we're talking sports right now.
It's like weird. Like why do they just pay Drew Holiday all that money too? If
Exactly.
It's back. Very, very bizarre things going on up in Portland.
Yeah. I was happy to have him back. All right, but now let's get into the world of entertainment. Thanks for everybody who's sending along their Streamlabs and Super Chats already. We will definitely get to them a little bit later on in the show. But Jeff, we got to lead with this conversation. So much happening in the world of DC with James Gunn, and it coming off the so far what feels like a success for Superman. There was an article from Tatiana Siegel there in Variety talking about James Gunn and David Zaslav taking victory laps, which we covered on Monday's show. But she dropped this bomb here in the a little bit of a bomb here in the breakdown of what's going on with DC. She said that sources tell her that the studio is, quote, fast tracking a Wonder Woman movie. They're thrilled with the Matt Reeves screenplay draft for the sequel to the Batman, but there's been no talk about the Brave and the Bold in that particular article. And James Gunn told her about a play recently. It's not going to be until the script is ready. Both the scripts are being written now. So if they're good, then we'll go to production immediately. But so it really depends on how we can get the scripts done, because the one thing I'm just not going to do is go into production without a script. I feel is fantastic. But then, of course, he followed that up on NPR talking about how they didn't shoot a film after multiple drafts of a script. People think it's Sergeant Rock. People think it's Swamp Thing. So what's happening now with all of this? Do you believe the fast tracking Wonder Woman? What are your thoughts on here?
I mean, what does fast track mean? What a loose, nebulous term in Hollywood. Fast track can mean any number of things.
Right.
I think most of the stuff that Tatiana is reporting comes straight from DC. I think that Variety is who DC picks up the phone and calls.
Gotcha. So if it says they're fast tracking Wonder Woman, that can you take that to the bank? Does that mean they're going to put that in motion quickly?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think he's been working on it for a while. I don't think this just like came out of nowhere because Superman performed well.
Yeah.
But again, what does fast track mean?
Right.
It just means that it's going to be one of the next, one or two movies or whatever after Clayface, probably.
Yeah.
I think, it's like I told you that story from months ago about the actress who reached out asking if I'd do anything. I think that's probably when this whole thing started. I think the town has probably known for a little while that Wonder Woman is definitely in the plans, in the immediate plans for Warner Brothers. I don't think it just, like I said, it didn't just dawn on him that he needs to get Wonder Woman involved.
Right.
When we say fast tracked, is this something that could start shooting by the end of next year? Yeah. That seems like a realistic timeline. The next, I don't know if it'll be the next newsletter, because I may just drop an I Know What You Did Last Summer review tonight. But in the reason that I did not post a newsletter last night and may not get to one tonight, but it'll definitely drop tomorrow, is because I'm working on a Wonder Woman director list.
Okay.
People in the town to get those most likely candidates and whatnot. And so it's I think it's interesting, but they're going to want someone in the same mold as Craig Gillespie, as James Watkins, right? Someone who is comfortable taking orders or implementing a studio's vision. I think they want somebody who's light and fun and entertaining,
right?
Which makes sense. We're making fucking comic book movies up here. They're not looking to hire Mark Romanek. Mark Romanek. I never know how to pronounce his name, but I
think Romanek.
Yeah, it's definitely a priority.
Do you think they've already selected a Wonder Woman?
No.
As you said, if this has been going on for quite some time, do you think James already has someone in mind? Is kind of being kept hush-hush?
I mean, I can't crawl into James Gunn's mind. I don't know, if he goes to bed at night dreaming of some person in the outfit, other than his wife Jennifer Holland. But from what I've gathered in the conversations that I've had this week, and again, I'll be writing about it more, is it's probably gonna be an unknown.
Oh, really? Okay, that's what you're sensing, an unknown. So then, do you think they'll get
pretty much an unknown, right?
What's that? Say it again.
Gal was pretty much an unknown.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, she'd been in Fast and the Furious, and but she wasn't the lead of those movies. She wasn't Jordana Brewster.
She wasn't an unknown. She'd been in blockbusters, but
yeah.
I don't know that it'll be a big star. because I've asked around, like, well, could they do something different to sort of differentiate this Wonder Woman? Could she be Latina, as some have speculated? Could she be black? Could we have a black Wonder Woman?
I guarantee you that's not that.
Yeah. So what my sources basically said was, like, they wouldn't be surprised if it was someone Mediterranean.
Okay.
But a black actress would probably be cast in Paradise Lost.
Oh yeah, to be part of the TV series.
She'll probably be the lead of a Paradise Lost movie. It will be a black actress.
Well, let me ask you this about Superman. Jeff, you're Jewish. There are a lot of people coming out this week, including Twitch streamer Hassan Piker, talking about the politics of the movie. Did you sense that there was like politics within the movie going in one direction versus another? Or, I mean, because I know initially I was like, well, they wrote this before this current conflict, but it's not like that conflict hasn't been going on for numerous decades or centuries even. So do you sense that film was trying to get away with that, as some people have accused it of?
I mean, it's certainly a commentary on the political landscape. But again, whether you want to bring the Israel-Palestine into it or Russia-Ukraine, it reflects a range of situations.
Right.
And I think it's kind of just a general setup like that. I don't think he's commenting on any country particularly or any policy, but yeah, I think it's inherently political.
Okay. I just wanted to hear what you thought about this stuff. Now, he was on Seth Meyers talking about the Batman, and I think he mentioned that the Brave and the Bold is still very much in the works. So how much of that do you still put credence in, or is this just more like kind of rearranging the chairs for a little bit just to keep people off the scent, and then eventually he's going to make an announcement? Because he said that they're leading to something that no one's thought about, and everyone will be surprised. What are your thoughts on this?
I have no idea, because I'm not familiar with like the DC titles or what that could be, or if he's going to have something completely original that isn't based on any one comic book. And we're going to mash up Batman's Long Halloween with this run of Superman and this run of Wonder Woman, and it's going to be a giant souffle. I mean, that would be interesting rather than just a straight adaptation of any one comic book.
Right.
Brave and the Bold. I don't get the vibe that's legit. I mean, when he was asked about it on, what was it, like CBS Morning News or whatever, he kind of just let that guy mention Brave and the Bold, but he didn't address it himself. I mean, Muschietti's obviously, he's not involved.
No,
I think that Batman would be folded into some other, whatever the Superman sequel will likely be, whatever the follow-up is. I just don't. I don't know if this is the time for Brave and the Bold right now. We'll see.
I mean, if you're talking Batman and Batman's son, I mean, you just introduced so many characters in Superman. It doesn't seem to make sense that you go that route as well. I agree with you 100%. Now, what about this other stuff that's going on with him? What about the box office stuff, Jeff? Let's take a look. I mean, the last 3 days, apparently Superman has been killing it the last 3 days domestically at the box office, but still kind of lagging internationally. And then there was some drama that it had said 95 million, and then Warner Brothers had pumped up some of the international numbers. And now, after that got found out, the numbers dropped back down. So where are we in all this? What do you think? Deadline is speculating that the projections suggest a second strong weekend, maybe $450 million by the end of its run this weekend, with a total run at 700 to 800. Do you still believe that that's possible? Both Deadline and Variety are speculating on that this week.
No, I do not think 700 to 800 is possible. That's what the trades are saying.
Yeah, it's what you're seeing right now through Numbers and Variety and Deadline as well.
No, I don't think that is possible. Again, I think that this movie will probably top out. This is like best case scenario at 650.
650. Right.
I think it'll probably land closer to 550.
Yeah. The international numbers are, they're taking a hit internationally, and
it's over after next. This is it. This is the last weekend. The next weekend's Fantastic Four.
Yeah. But it looks like Jurassic World Rebirth is going to hit 700 million over the weekend. Goodness gracious, man. I mean, that thing is going to be unstoppable, that thing. I'm so surprised. I'm so damn surprised.
I didn't think any movie would hit $1 billion this summer. Lilo and Stitch obviously just passed the mark. And I don't think anybody's going to beat that. But yeah, I knew Jurassic would be top 3 for sure. People love dinosaurs, and they're pretty universal. Whereas, like you said, just like Sinners, this is a very domestic heavy movie, Superman. And yeah, the holds have been really good for Monday and Tuesday
and Wednesday. Yeah,
and Wednesday. Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday also cheaper tickets.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's very true. Yeah.
But yeah, like there's no doubt it's doing well. I'll give the movie its flowers domestically. Fortunately, this is a fucking global game that we're playing here, so it's completely fucking irrelevant.
Yeah, we'll see. It's supposed to. Some sites are speculating it'll drop less than 50%. Other sites are saying it'll be between 50 and 55% the drop. So this weekend will be a very good indicator of what's going on there. Now, what about Supergirl, Jeff? The new poster dropped there, as you see on the left. I tweeted out, I like this marketing. They are leaning into the messiness. They're leaning into the irreverence and the rebellious nature of this energy that they want to have with this Supergirl. Do you like this approach? Do you enjoy this look, or you still just kind of out on this overall?
I think Warner Brothers stole this from me, because if you'll remember on opening day, I posted something. It was a photo of Dexter. Dexter was opening the same day as Superman.
Right.
I said, while some people are basically looking up, I'll be looking out for Dexter tomorrow. I think that inspired them, and the light bulb went off at Warner Brothers. They said, "Look out! That's genius! What an incredibly brilliant riff! Let's just apply this to Supergirl," and that's what they did. So, cool. But I like it too. I do think it fits in the same way that it fit for Dexter. Look out! Like, yeah, this girl is kind of a disaster. But
yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I like it, the energy overall, and I dig what's happening here. All right, let's move on to another story here. Let's hit this one. This one broke just an hour before we started the show. Taika Waititi. This is happening. Apparently, he's attached to direct a new according to THR, is attached to direct a new feature film take on Judge Dredd, the popular and violent British comic book character. Drew Pearce, who has written The Fall Guy and Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, is attached to write the scripts. Sources say that Pearce and Waititi both grew up with the books and are friends who have been trying to find a project to work on together for years. We do know that in the past, in 1995, there was a Sylvester Stallone film that was pretty terrible. And then there was a adaptation of Dredd in 2012 with Carl Urban as the titular hero there, and Lena Headey as the villain in this one. So I've seen mixed reactions to this particular thing. I like it. What do you think?
I mean, my sources have said they expect this package to be bought, but it'll probably never get made.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah.
Another big franchise film Taika doesn't finish?
I'm just listen. These deals happen every day. These are development deals. I'm going to develop this title. I got an idea. You don't have anything cooking on it. Why not just let me work on it? And then something's over here, a squirrel, and you just forget it. You just move on. I mean, and Taika obviously has a history of doing that, whether it's Star Wars or Akira. So no guarantee that this movie will get made. If you look back at the past movies, if you were an executive, would you say, shit, we have to make this Dredd movie?
No.
You wouldn't. I mean, this is not a good title. And quite frankly, good luck topping the last movie. The last movie was fucking excellent.
I agree. It was really good.
Didn't do business.
Yep. Nobody went to see it.
Yep. And what's the point? And the other thing, the real problem with Judge Dredd, right? Yeah. I mean, movie stars launch movies like this, except with Judge Dredd, you can't see their fucking face. So what's the point of casting a movie star?
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is cool because I guess I liked the last Dredd movie a lot.
Yeah.
Taika, I guess I'm mixed on Taika's movies and his sensibility. I think it could be interesting, but I also don't expect to see this in theaters anytime soon.
Wow. I mean, this is such a splashy combo with him and Drew Pearce. It makes me think that it could happen, but you might be right. I like this combo. People are living off Love and Thunder. It's, Thor Ragnarok was incredible. And so people seem to forget how good that film was. And he was able to marry the stakes with some comedy. Judge Dredd always has some unintentional humor within its rankings when you read the comics. So I think it could still work. You got to find the right actor. I mean, a Hemsworth Judge Dredd, if he was to say goodbye to the Thor character after Secret Wars, I mean, sign me up for that. I'm down with this.
Let me put it this way, John. Why is there an article about it being shopped?
Because it's not done yet? Well, no, why? Tell me.
I mean, I'm just like, hey, if this was being shopped,
yeah,
right, and everybody wanted it, somebody would have bought it. That would have been the article that you read. Warner Brothers in negotiations to fucking buy this package. You tend to see the being shopped articles when they're looking to drum up a little buzz and that kind of thing. So I just think somebody would have already taken this off the table. And so I think somebody will ultimately take it off the table.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You don't think it's going to be this one?
Yeah. I don't know if anybody's jumping at that.
That's fair. All right. What about this other situation that dropped just before we got on the air here? Apparently, there is a Basic Instinct reboot happening. Joe Eszterhas, the legendary screenwriter of the original Basic Instinct and Total Recall, right? It's Verhoeven. Sorry. He did this one, Basic Instinct, back then with Sharon Stone. He has apparently closed a $4 million deal to write a reboot for Scott Stuber's United Artists banner and Amazon MGM Studios. The deal is the biggest spec script sale of the year so far and commits Amazon to a $2 million payout against a potential $4 million. Sharon Stone could return as Catherine Trammell, although they haven't said yes or no in that respect. The reboot is expected to be, quote unquote, anti-woke, according to an individual with knowledge of the deal. While many details of the reboot are yet to be determined, the approach is significant since the original film courted controversy among both feminists and gay communities. Amazon MGM declined a comment to the wrap. So why do I give a shit that an 80-year-old man is writing a Basic Instinct movie? Well, this is the dumbest fucking thing in the world. Jeff, your thoughts?
Why is this the dumbest thing in the world? This is great.
Oh.
We need more erotic thrillers. I don't know that I need Sharon Stone back. I'd reboot this with Sydney Sweeney or somebody to that effect, or Dakota Johnson, in a heartbeat. Like, Basic Instinct's a great title. Why wouldn't you do this? And it's not the sort of classic that you can't remake. It's not untouchable. I think the ending is actually a little messy. So you could
I agree.
You could slap a new ending on Basic Instinct. And yeah, if you could get Joe Eszterhas, I mean, it's a lot of money to pay him. You'd think Joe Eszterhas would kind of do it for like $1 million or $500,000 or something at this point. But good for him that like he could command such a payday. I think it lends a little boost to the project rather than just hiring some no name or whatever who doesn't understand erotic thrillers. I mean, that's the other thing. Writers of this generation, I mean, they don't fuck. And they just aren't very good at writing this genre. This genre, like, how long have we been talking about this? How Amazon said we were going to do a bunch of erotic thrillers and bring back steaminess to streaming, and that shit went out the fucking window.
Right.
This is exactly the kind of project Hollywood should be making. Glad Joe Eszterhas is around to keep things anti-woke, as he said.
It's such nonsense. What does anti-woke mean? Oh, we're gonna show some boobies, so we're gonna show ladies' parts. Woo!
Yeah.
Anti-woke, woo! But the public doesn't want that anymore, Jeff. What's the
public doesn't know what it wants. Okay.
What's the stubborn stupidity of going forward with something like this just to be like, it's not anti-woke? And then when people don't go see it, what are you going to cry about then? Oh, they poisoned the media, poisoned everybody against us. It's nonsense. People have moved away from this stuff. They don't want overtly sexual shit. Read the fucking room. We don't need an 80-year-old climbing out of a nursing home to write a fucking thing about erotic thrillers. Get the fuck out of here with this shit, man. It's not.
People don't want overtly sexual shit.
They don't want it like this. There's a way of talking about it and doing it that works, but this isn't the way to do it. And plus, his track record isn't that strong. I mean, Flashdance, yes, okay. Basic Instinct, yes, okay, but Sliver was not good. Showgirls, no matter how much they tell me.
I'm not saying he's some screenwriting god, but he's better than some like hot 32-year-old writer who worked on a Marvel show.
But that's why I disagree with you. I think you can find a writer who's got some edge to him, or her. Wouldn't that be fascinating? A female-written Basic Instinct movie that still leans into all the sex.
How are we arguing against the guy who created the character?
Because he's 80 years old.
So he's 80s? So what?
So I don't want him. He's not one of
he's probably fucking more than most people in their 40s in this town.
I don't care. What does he know about what young people are going for like he did when in the 1990s? Like, it's a different time. You got to bring someone in who actually understands what's going on sexually in the world currently with the audience you're trying to attract to the movie. If he's going to lean on the old shit from the 90s, it's going to feel like a Sam Raimi movie where it's all just like, well, this shit feels like just the 90s. The guy hasn't progressed. I don't see the logic here. Who's going to direct this thing too, Jeff?
They could get a hot female director.
And
I don't mean hot like physically attractive.
No, I know what you mean.
I mean, I think that's the way to do it. Maybe balance out whatever anti-woke, macho, misogynist point of view he may bring to it.
I just love it.
This is a fucking no-brainer, John. If you were an executive and someone said, "I've got a fucking new Basic Instinct movie for you," and you go pass, I'd fire you.
Great. I would let you be my boss. The thing is, I wouldn't sit here and take. I would be like, no, please get Grandpa out of the fucking room. Find me a young writer in his 30s who is edgy, who is smart, who understands the sexual politics and dynamics going on in the world today and in that generation today, and have them write a really interesting, fascinating take on Basic Instinct. And we'll pay Joe a couple of million. Thanks for the rights. And we'll get somebody else who's a little bit.
People don't want the way that the world is today. Believe me, they want to go back to a time when they could call the secretariat.
Call the secretariat.
Throwback.
Yeah. Good luck with that audience. Good luck with finding that audience. They don't even leave the house anymore, that audience. So all I'm saying is that you need someone who understands the audience you're trying to appeal to. And I don't think he does. You know what I'm saying? And so to me,
that's an ageist idea, I think, just because he's 80 years old.
Fair. That's fine. Come after me all you want. I think that's the thing. I don't want an 80-year-old writing a kid's movie either. You know what I'm saying? It's just like this thing.
You want a kid? You want a kid?
Yeah, I'll take a young kid. I'll take a 20-year-old writing a kid's film because they understand it a little bit better. So, in my opinion. But anyway, I don't know. I see why they would do it. And listen, $4 million is like pocket change. They made that in like 30 minutes on a Tuesday, Amazon. So I guess it's not that big of a deal, but I just don't see and this is going to be messy. You want something that's not going to get made? I guarantee you this doesn't get made. I'll put that on the table. Let's move on to this other story, Jeff. A lot of people are upset over this situation. The Odyssey has made tickets available for these exclusive 70 millimeter IMAX screenings. They sold out almost immediately all over the world, including here in the United States. The tickets were put on sale on Thursday at midnight, made available on Thursday at midnight, a full calendar year before the film hits the big screens. And they're sold out. It's going to be in the U.S., in Canadian cities, London, Melbourne, and Prague. Theaters that are equipped with the IMAX 70 millimeter screens are the ones who got these tickets. But now people are reselling these tickets. They're essentially scalping these tickets, going for like $500 per ticket. I've seen something as high as $1,200, $400 there in London. So quite a lot of stuff is happening about this. Now, Jeff, you tell me your thoughts, but all these people complaining about this shit, I don't understand what country they're living in because it ain't America. Go ahead. What do you think?
You get your bag if you can. I mean, I think it's a badass big dick move from Universal and IMAX and Nolan, right?
Totally.
Available. I don't know whose idea it was, but like kudos to them.
Yeah.
I don't know as a film fan why you would run out to get these tickets other than to sell them.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've committed to things a year in advance, of course, but,
sure.
You know, how do you know where you're going to be? Or like, to me, it doesn't make sense. Like, I didn't get my tickets. Did you get tickets?
No, of course not. Because I'm not crazy about, I've got to be the first person to see the 70 millimeter IMAX.
Whenever I do this, whenever I buy tickets this early, then it's like, oh, well, we just added a 6 o'clock screen. 6 o'clock screening. We're going to start screens at 2 o'clock. So it's like, it makes your ticket almost worthless. And I mean, you paid face value for it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but yeah, people who are dumb enough to pay hundreds of dollars, I think deserve, you know, whatever they get. Yeah. But like good, you know, it's ugly, the scalpers and stuff like that. I wish, like, you know, real film fans were buying up these tickets.
Right.
I'm cynically looking at it like everyone just saw it as an opportunity to make a buck.
Yeah. Here's the thing. This is America. This is the free world. Capitalism rules the free world. If you have enough money because you've made enough money, or if you've got people who are going to be there consistently clicking on there to get in there and buy the tickets and then sell the tickets back at higher rates because it's premier event, it's a premier ticket, then you've done good business. Super Bowl tickets get resold all the time. Concert tickets get resold all the time for higher value. This is no different. So listen, I sympathize with some of my colleagues who are tweeting about this and are upset and angry even about it, which is really something.
What are they angry about? That the tickets were put on sale, that people are scalping them? Which part of it?
That they couldn't get the tickets first off. That's the one reason they're really, really pissed off.
They can get the tickets.
Even though they're going to get early screenings of the film.
But they can get the tickets. They can buy them from the scalpers.
Exactly. The second thing they're upset about is that how much they're jacking the price. They think it's ruining movies to have these people be a part of. This is a premiere experience. This happens with the Super Bowl. It happens with everything. So to complain about it to me is really mind-blowing. This living in this idealistic world of movies and love. And I'm just like, what are you guys doing, for God's sake? This is the real world. And in the real world, people who have money buy tickets and resell them for any event that's a premier event. That's the game.
Well, you don't have to have money. I mean, all you needed was $24 and you could do the same thing.
And some luck.
A lot of people are going to hang on to their $24 tickets because they just want to see the movie. And that's great. Also, This is the Odyssey. I mean, yeah, it's a new Christopher Nolan movie, but this is the book that we all decided not to read in high school. So I don't really get why everybody's like frothing at the mouth to see fucking Odysseus.
Yeah.
Let's pump the brakes on that.
You can't pick and choose your capitalism. You can't. You're part of the free market system, and this is how it works. If you want to sit here and act like an idealistic 10-year-old about movies, you're not living in reality. That's my point. And again, I respect to my colleagues. I understand they're upset, some of them, about the whole situation, but I have to be honest. And to me, it seems like there's way bigger things to be upset about in the world than the people like reselling tickets at a higher price, which happens every damn day in the sports world. I mean, every damn day. They sell tickets to NBA games, NFL games, even WNBA games now with Caitlin Clark stuff. Like, people resell tickets all the time. Big concerts that are coming through, they resell the tickets.
I like the idea of the little man, the little guy making money on Hollywood's work. That's why I always get screenplays sent to me, and I'll fucking sell them to people.
Right. If this is a guy or a girl or woman rather who like got lucky, got through, bought 6 tickets for $25 each or $30 each, $180, but this is how she's going to pay her rent, feed her kids, pay her bills, whatever, for that month or a couple of months, and she's reselling the tickets because she saw an opportunity, got lucky to get through, took advantage of the opportunity, thought it out, and got in there. Then what are you complaining about? Is the thing is, some people are trying to characterize these people as these like snakes and wolves in sheep's clothing who snuck in there and took stuff, and they're going to ruin it because it's not going to be film lovers who are going to go. I would argue that if you're going to pay $300, which
you're the biggest film fan there is.
Exactly. That's what I would say, that you're that excited to see that film. So yeah, it's just crazy to me that people were upset about all this stuff, man.
Well, I'm expecting an invite to the premiere, so.
And you will have it, Jeff. You will have it.
Otherwise, I'm going to drive my car into a tree.
God forbid. All right, Jeff, I got to bring up this story because I didn't bring it up initially. So let's talk about this. Legend of Zelda. We got ourselves some casting news to talk about here. It is happening. The live action movie has cast. It's a live action Link and Zelda. And of course, this is the film that's coming out. They announced their leads on Wednesday, July 16th. The role of Link will be played by Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, as you see there, while Zelda will be played by Bo Bragason. Link is generally the main character who sets out to save the kingdom of Hyrule from the evil Ganon, though in some instances gamers have played as Princess Zelda as well. Ainsworth previously starred as Miles Wingrave on Netflix's The Haunting of Bly Manor and voiced Pinocchio opposite Tom Hanks in that incredibly forgettable Pinocchio film. Bragason, meanwhile, has starred in shows for Disney Plus like Renegade Nell and the British drama The Jetty, which I watched there as well. So your thoughts on these choices? These are kind of out of left field choices, Jeff. There was talk about Hunter Schafer and other people. So what do you think about this?
You mean they didn't end up casting the trans actress from Euphoria?
They did not.
No. I didn't see that coming. She's great, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know Bo Bragason from A Hole in the Wall.
Okay.
Benjamin Evan Ainsworth. Yeah, who saw that coming? He didn't work on Westfall's last movie. I thought you have to cast people you just worked with.
That's usually how it works.
Yeah, I mean, with a movie like this, better to go with basically unknowns.
Yeah.
They're cheap. You can get the sequel options.
Right.
Yeah, this is kind of where I thought that they'd go all along rather than, cast stars.
Yeah, and it's also a situation with them that like they don't want people coming in with their preconceived expectations of what you're going to get from certain actors. So if you don't know them that well, then the canvas is a bit more open to create what you want to create, and you're kind of left alone a little bit to create what you want to create with all of this. So yeah, I don't know these two actors at all, but certainly, well, actually I know the girl from the Jetty, but she wasn't necessarily memorable to me in that show. There's so many good actors in that show. But I'm cool with this. I like this choice, keep it a little bit under the radar. I'm with you.
It doesn't move the needle one way or the other for me. They are two human beings who will be playing two characters.
Yeah. Well, damn. I don't know if we should talk about this. Just broke, Jeff, about a few minutes ago.
We have to talk about it.
Okay. Stephen Colbert is ending his show. CBS announcing Thursday that it plans to end his late show after the next TV season, citing, quote, a financial decision. The decision which ends...
They're getting rid of the whole late show. It's not just his show. It's the whole franchise.
Yeah. They're getting rid of it. They're claiming that it's a financial decision.
It's a smart decision.
Okay, it comes as the economics of We Irish TV have begun to accelerate, with media companies growing wary of the high price tags involved in producing the shows, while the young viewers they try to watch more of them via digital video. So, I mean, I can't help but look at the timing here. He called out CBS for making that deal with Trump. He's been vocally anti-Trump for years. So this is an interesting situation, and the timing of the announcement is fascinating as well. When just a day or two ago, he called out CBS for capitulating to Trump and settling with that thing so that Sherry could ever merger go through. Okay, you tell me. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't think this has anything to do with that. I think that for months, if not over a year, we've read countless articles about the networks thinking of abandoning late night, giving us that 11:30 slot, right? They did it with 12:30, right? Because they put on after midnight.
Yeah.
Like talk shows just aren't as lucrative as they once were,
right?
And especially when you've had guys like hosting them for a decade plus, get more expensive.
Yeah.
So and obviously Paramount is cash strapped a little bit, especially until Skydance comes in. Skydance may want to come in and do its own thing, or just give that hour back to the affiliates. So I understand the conspiratorial nature of our society and how people think that maybe it's because he said something bad about Trump, they're going to take away his show and the whole fucking franchise. But I think CBS was probably leaning in this direction before 2 days ago.
That's fair, but it could be a little bit of both, right? Because it could be, we were leaning in this direction already, but his consistent denigration of Trump, constant ridicule of Trump, deservedly so, in the end is the thing that cost.
That's not any different than any of the other late night show hosts, though.
Right, but those other late night show hosts aren't involved in a merger where Trump holds the purse strings of whether it can happen or not. And even Brian Steinberg was saying there's been growing speculation that both Colbert and Jon Stewart, who host The Daily Show, each we could be under growing scrutiny from executives at Skydance Media, which is slated to acquire Paramount Global. The parent of both CBS and Comedy Central, David Ellison, who leads Skydance, has projected an image of being intrigued by the politics espoused by Donald Trump, who Colbert and Stewart routinely skewer. So it could have something to do with it. Maybe not the main reason, Jeff. As you said, it's been a while that this has been an issue. Even the New York Times this week moved a lot of reviewers off of their regular shifts to kind of open the door with the possibility of bringing in younger reviewers to try to appeal to the style of what kids are watching or young people are watching and looking at now.
You really think that's why they replaced those people?
That's what they're saying. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what they were saying. What do you think it was?
It's what do we talk about every single episode of the show? It's always about one thing, John.
Money.
Yes.
Okay.
So when you've been the theater critic for 20 years,
yeah,
and you're getting raises consistently over the 20 years, all of a sudden you went from paying the theater critic X amount when he was a 20-something guy or in his 30s, and now he's in his 50s and he's making way too much than a theater critic should be making, and you're like, well, what the fuck are we doing? Reassign. Also, who the fuck cares about New York Times reviews? Can I be honest? Like,
I care.
The New York Times used to mean something, right? A.O. Scott. Who gives a fuck what the New York Times is on film? And film was the only one that was left untouched because, again, nobody cares.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this all had to do with money. These are all very tenured writers making too much money. They're going to hire young people. And as Bob Hoffler wrote on Facebook, it'll be interesting to see whether they hire people back. What, Johnny?
I'm listening to you. I'm listening.
Staff or as freelance critics.
Yeah. I had a job where that happened, where the job wanted to save money. I was a middle manager managing a bunch of DVD testers. They wanted to save money. They fired everybody and brought them back as freelancers because they didn't want to pay them health care.
That's happening all over. And when it happens to the New York Times, journalism's in trouble. So I do think that is going to be what happens. They're going to bring in the critic and they're going to pay the critic per review as opposed to paying them a giant 6-figure salary. No brainer.
Yeah.
Ruthless.
I know. It's a shame. But hey, like you say, that's capitalism. You're absolutely right, JMB. It is. That's why you want to be able to establish yourself and not be under anyone's thumb, which is not easy to do because the other side is you're constantly beholden to the whim of whoever's in charge of you. And a company's in charge of you, and that's not an easy way to go all the time either.
JM, I care very much about the erosion of my industry, and I constantly tell people in private how grateful I am to not be affected by it, really, because I have the ability to break news, and that is something that AI cannot do, and that a young reporter making $30,000 cannot do.
Right.
Because they just don't know the people, and so that is just a unique skill that I have, and without it, I'd be up shit's creek.
Yeah, but you've developed that skill. It isn't something that fell into your lap. So in a way, you just kind of, I don't want to say lucked out because you work hard at it, but things happen to fall in a certain way so that you weren't affected by this stuff. And so that's a positive for how you work.
I mean, I'm certainly affected. I don't have health insurance, and I still
fair point.
I got the notification from Stripe yesterday. I made $46 yesterday. So, it changes. It goes different. It's different every day. I would love to be a trade reporter who can count on salary benefits, who can count on getting the same 4 or 5 figure salary or whatever, no matter how many scoops I break, even if I have a bad week.
The problem is you could do it. You just can't keep your mouth shut. And
they don't know how to even manage somebody like me. It's really them not trusting their own management skills.
Yeah, true. Very true. All right, let's move on.
As you know, I have a job, right?
You do, yes.
And I have an editor and a boss.
That's true.
And things are going fine there. So it's like I can do it.
It's a completely different industry, though, brother. And you know this.
Of course.
Don't make me say it.
And I'm passionate about one thing and less passionate about the other.
True.
But
you still give your 100% to both.
I managed to keep a job and I go to all the meetings and and it's just like that's because that opportunity is not afforded to me in Hollywood,
right? Because
people are scared of me, essentially.
That's a fair point. Real quick, I know you probably talked about this on FYC already, but what are your thoughts on the Emmys here, Jeff? Any big surprises? Squid Game getting shut out was the big one people were talking about. There were some other surprises. Certainly, I was sad to see that none of the Andor main actors were nominated. In White Lotus, they essentially spooged all over White Lotus. So what are your thoughts on the Emmys, and anything stand out? Anything that surprised you or that you were excited about?
Definitely some snubs and some surprises. But here's like, because one of the shows I was really most passionate about was last summer's Presumed Innocent.
Oh, yeah, the Jake Gyllenhaal show.
Why finales are important. Because if Presumed Innocent had stuck the finale, I do believe it would have been nominated.
Okay.
over Black Mirror. Instead, Black Mirror got the nomination, and Presumed Innocent saw 4 of its actors nominated. How do you get 4 acting nominations and then they say no to the series? It's because the ending wasn't good. That's exactly why it was.
Fair point.
But I was glad Jake got nominated. He deserved it. Bill Camp, Ruth Negga. I was thrilled for everybody from Severance and The Pit. I wish more of the supporting cast of The Pit had been nominated, but I was glad Catherine Lanasa got in there. Sucks for like the Gemstones people.
Oh yeah, right.
Often they're overlooked.
Yeah.
There were a lot of different snubs and surprises. What about you, John? Anybody stand out?
Yeah, I mean, no, I was. How can I say? I was happy to see Paradise get recognized. I really loved that show on Hulu, so I was nice to see that get some love from the Academy. What We Do in the Shadows, I expected that to do a little bit better, and it didn't. A shout out to Aya Idibiri, who got nominated as well. I was happy to see that. What was the other one that I was really surprised by? The Handmaid's Tale. I can't believe that got nothing for the final season, considering how much of a darling that was. Squid Game season 2, I wasn't surprised because I mean, this essentially is that's a half season.
That's
yeah.
The 3rd season will be back, I think.
Yeah, the 3rd season will get nominated. I think so as well. Yeah, especially with what happens to Lee Jun Jae. So yeah, to me, this is where it all comes down. But yeah, I mean, the Andor thing is the big thing. I don't know when the Academy gets over this shit. And listen, you want to talk about Not Sticking Landing, pretty much the reviews across the board for White Lotus's current season was a bit bumpy. It wasn't that strong. So why are we still kissing the ass of a show? This has been 4 seasons in. It didn't deliver one of the best seasons of its run.
Nothing to do with that, and you know it. It has to do with what people watch in this town.
Exactly.
People watch The White Lotus and they think of Andor, as I did, right? Which I've heard is excellent. I've heard it's great.
It is great,
but it's geek shit. Yeah. That's what they think.
Yeah.
And there's enough geek. They did The Penguin. They did Last of Us. How many fucking shows like this can we do?
That's a fair point. The Penguin got 23 nominations. I think Penguin got, and then 14 for the other one for Andor. So I mean, it's got some nominations, but I think it was positive. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen more of that. Overall, but there were some shows that got forgotten in all of this, so you hope somehow they get through and break through down the road.
Yeah, Diego wasn't the only one snubbed. John Hamm didn't get in. Eddie Redmayne, I thought was as good as I've ever seen him in Day of the Jackal. He was ignored.
Yeah.
And then you had surprises like Uzo Aduba, right, for The Residents, which has been canceled, or Megan Fahey from Sirens. Nobody called that except for me. Yeah.
What about Disclaimer? Did that shock you? I mean, that was a damn good show, Jeff. Shouldn't that have gotten more?
Again, great show that would have stuck in people's minds if the ending wasn't fumbled. And it was fumbled even worse than Presumed Innocent.
Wow.
Like, Presumed Innocent was a disappointing finale. This was just a bad finale, like a complete fucking head scratcher. So not surprised that it didn't perform that well outside of Kate Blanchett.
Interesting. What about you? What about you? Or what was the other one? That Industry. The Industry didn't get nominated. Were you surprised by that?
No, that's a little show. That's a little critical darling kind of thing. That's not a big Emmy contender.
Fair enough. Let's move on to some trailers, Jeff, before we get into your review and some questions here. We had the trailer for Stranger Things season 5 that dropped this week. We had the trailer for Tron Ares today, along with Mortal Kombat 2 and the Luca Guadagnino one after the Hunt. So what are your thoughts on these trailers? Which of them stood out to you? Which one did you like? Which one did you not like? What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, After the Hunt looked great.
Yeah.
It was.
I didn't want to like it. I like the first few seconds. I'm like, oh, rich white people complaining about what now? And then it got really into, and I'm like, oh shit, this is good. Yeah.
It's planting seeds. Right, because it does the whole, it mentions something about Julia Roberts' past, but doesn't really get into it. I think it's going to be a really provocative movie. It's going to be a conversation starter. It's going to be the kind of movie that you see and you go out to dinner after and you have a great talk about it. I think we need more of those kinds of movies. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I think that's probably almost a Best Picture shoe-in, I want to say, as far as a nomination. Mortal Kombat 2 looked like a blast.
Yeah, right.
Like they were emboldened by the success of the first movie and put a little bit more money maybe into the sequel potentially. And I think it'll be fun. It'll deliver what you're expecting from Mortal Kombat 2. And that game was so fucking good.
Yeah. And look, Carl Urban just elevates it immediately. And
Yeah.
then you're right. The visuals, I did my reactions up on the channel. The visuals were stunning in some of those shots that nowhere near what we got in the first movie. So
Is it the same director, John?
no, different director. So
Okay.
it's a first time director, Simon McCoy. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think this one will perform well, and it's different than obviously a lot of the movies that we're going to get this fall.
Yeah.
And Stranger Things looked amazing. I mean, I thought that was an incredible teaser.
Yeah, I thought so too. All the action and what have you. Did you get a chance to see Tron Ares? Did you see that trailer at all?
I watched the new Tron Ares trailer. Right. I don't know if I did.
No, they dropped today, so you would know. I would think if you watched it today. Okay. Yeah, there's more in the second Tron Ares trailer about Jared Leto's character and what he's going to be doing in the real world, and more with Greta Lee. And you get a Jeff Bridges sighting, and you get more with Evan Peters. And I thought this trailer was absolutely stunning, amazing stuff.
I did download the song, which I'm going to listen to on my way to Santa Monica, the new Nine Inch Nails song.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, that's cool. All right, Jeff, there is I Know What You Did Last Summer that is out in theaters. I know you're going to give your review in your newsletter, but can you give us just a general idea? I haven't got a chance to see it this week at all. And if you saw Eddington, which I think you did, so you've talked about that one already, but I Know What You Did Last Summer. Oh, no, you didn't. Okay.
No, Eddington I see tomorrow night. I Know You Did Last Summer. More like I Know What You Did Last Bummer.
No.
I mean, no. What was that? When even Deadline is just like, who is this for?
Yeah, that was rough.
It's like a great question. Like, I'll tip the end of my review tonight that's coming. It's like towards the end of this movie.
Yeah.
One of the characters is sort of like recounting their experience.
Yeah.
And you're like 0 out of 10, like 0 stars. And I was like, you took the words right out of my mouth. What the fuck was this? It was, first of all, the reason that movies like Scream and to a lesser extent, I Know What You Did Last Summer stand out.
Yeah.
In addition to Kevin Williamson, screenwriting God, writing them, it's the cast. The casts are really good. And this cast is bland as fuck. Okay?
Yeah. One of the reviews said that I shouldn't be cheering for the cast to die in a slasher film. And I was when I was watching this movie. So,
dude, there's one. I mean, Tyreek Withers, I think, is okay. I think he plays his rich asshole part appropriately.
Okay.
The only other interesting character is that is a tiny character played by Gabriette.
Okay.
You know who that is
she the DJ in the film, or what is she in the?
She's the podcaster. Yeah.
Oh yeah, podcast.
Like this person should have been the star of the fucking show or the number 2.
Right.
Instead, she's relegated to some supporting character and she gets killed off quickly. So spoilers. So it's just indicative of like this movie plays it way too fucking safe. It's basically like a Scooby-Doo movie. It's like investigating the events of the original movie, which we already know what that investigation led to. Basically, it's just so poorly conceived by Jen Caton Robinson, who's done 3 other projects. And if you look at each project in Wikipedia, the first graph of each of those projects has one word in common. What's the word? The word is comedy.
Ah, yes.
She does comedies. Why are we hiring this person to direct I Know You Did Last Summer? This is terrible. But honestly, the biggest offense, besides, okay, this is a bad script, bad idea. This is bad acting and bad casting. The biggest offense is at least give me some good kills.
Oh, and they weren't inventive.
The monkey was terrible, but the monkey had some great kills in it. The kills in this movie are so boring and so vanilla. I don't understand the reviews. They're like, oh, the fisherman comes back with a vengeance, and these are so hardcore. And like, what? No, this movie is a failure on nearly every level, and I'm going to eviscerate it tonight.
Wow. All right, we'll look forward to that review on the Sneider.com. That's where you can go subscribe to Jeff's newsletter and read his points of views on all the things going on in the world of entertainment. So, all right, Jeff, anything else you want to review, or shall
I want to address the criticism this week because I'll make a joke about him. Draz says Jennifer Love Hewitt still puts butts in the seats. Some people would say she puts 2 butts in seats.
Hey, come on, Jeff.
Let me tell you something. Jennifer Love Hewitt looks amazing. Okay, everyone's coming after her for getting a little bit thicker, a little bit curvier and swervier with age. This woman is gorgeous. What is wrong with people, John?
Well, listen, I'm not going to defend the people saying this, but I will say this. Everyone has a right to find someone attractive or not attractive. You're the biggest person who's like, society shouldn't tell me if I need to put black people in my movie or not, or don't tell me that's all woke. If I don't think so, sorry, not me, I didn't have a problem with it. But if people have an issue with how someone looks because they put on weight, they don't find them attractive anymore. Guess what? They're allowed to feel that way. Just as like you're allowed to feel that she looks still just fine. Why is that an issue? Now, if you go after them cruelly and explicitly, that's ridicule them. That's something else. But if you go, you know what? I don't find that attractive anymore. You're allowed to do that. Do you know how many dudes who lose their abs still get women? They don't. So these are the things you look at. So come on. I
got hate mail this week for calling the little boy wizard kid Harry Potter looking like Rachel Maddow.
Listen. Those pictures from the Harry, I didn't even bring them up. I should have put that up, Jeff. Sorry. Yeah, both him and is it Mark Addy? This looked like a Temu version of Harry Potter, man. It does not look good. Neither one of those shots got me excited to see that TV series. It makes me concerned.
Yeah, poor little boy. I'm sorry, but so many people were saying I had to say something.
Right.
We got to help this kid.
But see, Jay Scoots is like, maybe just don't comment, Ben. It's a free fucking country. Right. If I don't find you attractive, I can say I don't find you attractive.
I don't subscribe to the only say nice things. Don't say anything if it's not nice.
Yeah. You've got to, if you're going to put yourself in a front facing job and you can't handle you're going to tell people like, well, no, you can only say nice things about me. That's childish. That's not the real world. Now,
well, you know what, John? Again, it sounds like you didn't embrace kindness.
You got your rant. Can I have my rant on this? All right. Listen, people, and I'm talking to the Superman people. If you are a fan of the film, I'm with you. I love the film. I thought it was great. I love the message to embrace kindness, right? I love the message. But if you're going to be out there promoting how we all need to be kind and we need to be good to each other and we need to be great to each other, and if people express that they don't like this version of Superman or they don't like this version of Superman, if you're going to go out there and be like, these people are media illiterate, maybe just shut the fuck up until you read more about Superman, then guess what? You're not embracing kindness. You're being a dick. So this idea that you're going to be out here being like, oh, I love this film because it talked about kindness and embracing kindness. And then when people disagree with you, you're going to tell them to shut the fuck up and you're going to ridicule their knowledge or intelligence or ignorance about a Superman because they dare to not like this version of Superman. Seriously, put on your big boy pants, look at your hypocrisy and grow the fuck up. That's what I'm saying. So I just wanted to that's my rant for the week because it was driving me nuts seeing these pundits in our sphere going like, well, maybe shut the fuck up. Maybe you're ignorant about it because you know, it's like, no, everyone's allowed to have an opinion about this Superman. That's their opinion. It's okay. It's always if they go too far, if they go get personal, that's a separate thing. But to not like this Superman, they don't deserve your ridicule.
And that's why, John, I have always been consistent in not respecting other people's opinions.
This I know for a fact. This is my own experience.
All opinions are not created equal. Yeah, you're entitled to your bad opinion, but
right. Yeah, exactly. Look, and again, I'm not going after the people the people who are like legitimately having issues with people who are putting toxic shit on the internet. Of course not. I shouldn't be there. But if you're going after people who just don't like this version of Superman because it doesn't appeal to them, it's not their version of Superman, they're allowed to feel that way. Just like a lot of you fuckers felt that way about Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. So don't be hypocritical in your opinions and points of views.
James Gunn just DM me and said, go fuck myself.
Actually, I'd like you to go fuck yourself, Jeff Sneider. Thank you, James. Thank you, James.
Namaste.
Namaste, James. Namaste. One last thing, man. The Tough Guys. This is happening. Of comedy with Will Ferrell and Ryan Gosling. Jeff, does it seem like a good move for these guys? It's an action comedy at MGM Studios with a spec script by Daniel Gold. It revolves around two veteran henchmen who finally have had enough of their lives of crime. Jeff, I know you're not old enough to remember this, but there was a 1980s film called Tough Guys with Kirk Douglas and Burt Lancaster about these guys who were train robbers who come out after 40 years in prison into the 1980s and try to turn their lives around. and dealing with us. So I wonder if this is a version or maybe a slight remake of it. But what are your thoughts on these two guys coming together?
I'm sitting there thinking we need to remake the Kirk Douglas Berlanga. It's a pretty generic title.
Yeah.
Hollywood has been trying to do this for years. I have a friend who wrote a script. It's called Henchman.
Okay.
I mean, it's a golden idea. You know, if you commit to the bit, right? Like you have to treat these guys like henchmen. Sometimes they have to do boring, stupid, low-level henchman shit.
Right.
But I think Hollywood has tried to crack this idea for a long, long time. This seems like a great pairing. I was just happy to see another, it may be an action comedy, but it's a comedy nonetheless.
Yeah, true.
I think we need more of those. And so hopefully this one comes together quickly. And we can't just have Ryan Gosling doing these mega movies all the time.
Yeah.
I'm fine with a mid-budget action comedy, especially teamed with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, he kind of needs something, doesn't he? And it would be nice for this to kind of be a little bit fun and keep expanding him into the world of comedy.
It's like The Nice Guys, but without the Shane Blackiness and the 70s shtick or, whatever.
Right. Which I love, The Nice Guys. All right, Jeff, shall we get into the questions? Are you ready?
Give me the questions.
Let's go. That Shadow says, hi, John and Jeff. Hope you're having a good day. Did you guys see the Captain Planet and Judge Dredd news? Also, those picks for showrunners for Assassin's Creed show seems bad. I did not see the Captain Planet news. Did you see the Captain Planet?
There's a live action Captain Planet series in the works.
Oh, okay.
Which strikes me as odd.
That was 3 hours ago. Okay, sorry, I missed that.
And Assassin's Creed. I actually didn't read that article, so I don't know who the showrunners might be. Okay. Sorry about that.
So Netflix has landed the development deal for Captain Planet, which is a live action series based on the cult animated show. It hails from Greg Berlanti's Berlanti Productions. Oh, okay.
DiCaprio, right? Isn't DiCaprio doing it as well?
Yeah, DiCaprio's Appian Way and WB-TV. Yeah. So
he's been seen on this property a long time.
Mrs. Davis, co-creator and executive producer Tara Hernandez, will be writing the adaptation. Interesting. An environmental superhero in 2025, Jeff. I don't know if that's going to go over, but okay.
What's the tone of this, and also how old are the characters? Is this is this a YA show? Is this skewing? I have no idea how old the people are going to be.
Yeah. Eddie Alidia says, nothing against the actors. They were good, but thought Soup's parents was a step down from Costner, Lane Crow, etc. Lacked gravitas.
He has a step down in something called salary.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, that's why Man of Steel is so expensive, because it didn't just have Cavill, right? It surrounded him with big guns like Amy Adams, and Kevin Costner, and Diane Lane, and Lawrence Fishburne. This was decidedly not that.
Yeah.
And it was all in an effort to keep the budget from spiraling out of control.
This was, because it was epic. The Sneider approach was epic. They were just like, they were going for it. I like Man of Steel. I love Man of Steel. This is more a matter of like, okay, we're gonna come out with a certain level, but we're gonna really get the tone right for most of the fans, and they did that. So that was the approach. I liked the mom Park, and it worked for that Superman. Kevin Costner and Diane Lane would not have worked with this Superman. So
right, exactly.
Shelf President says the end of the Tron trailer was jaw-dropping. 100% agreed. Jesus Christ. Loved your reaction. You got to see it, Jeff. It's so good. Loved your reaction, John. I can't wait. Jeff, Moon Knight Season 2, is it real? Have a great week, gents. Yeah, Jeff, have you heard of Moon Knight Season 2? Has been a rumor this week that it's happening. What do you think?
I have no idea. I mean, it would surprise me, but I do think that they want to keep him around. Like I said, I think that I'd heard that they were trying to do the Midnight Suns movie.
Right. Yes.
Right. With him and Blade and Ghost Rider, who may or may not be Ryan Gosling. I don't know. But Moon Knight Season 2, that would surprise me a little bit. I don't know. I'm sure it's affected by everything else.
Right. I got to step out for about a minute. Jeff, answer this question here. Smithy says, hey, John and Jeff, did you hear that R&B did a 10-minute long over-the-phone interview with Bryan Singer on his show, mostly about Superman and Singer's influence on comic book movies? Will Singer ever return? I'll be right back.
A good question. I don't know that I don't really see Singer returning, but I suppose anything could happen. It's all about how desperate people in the indie space are. I don't know that I see a studio working with him again. Again, because it's like all about what executive wants to tie their fate to Bryan Singer, and not just because of certain allegations, but because of reports of his behavior on set and not showing up and things like that. It just depends. It depends on the project, if he's literally like the best person suited for it, because I do think he's a talented director. As you can see, if you look above my fucking giant forehead, it's a Bryan Singer movie, right? Usual Suspects, which is an absolute classic. Again, he wasn't like proven guilty in a court of law. I mean, I don't know if this makes a difference since it's, we're talking about underage boys and to some extent, but it's not women making these claims. So yeah, it just depends if one of his old cronies would be willing to give him a shot. I did not listen to R&B's interview, but I'm sure he did a great job, and I'm glad that he kept the focus on Singer's influence on comic book movies, because he certainly has had an influence.
Yeah, you got to separate the art from the artist, right? I've been pretty hard on Singer since, on the they probably taken down all the movie talk episodes I was on Collider, but like I went off on Singer quite a few times. And so, yeah, I'm not a fan of him trying to make a comeback. I think until he owns up to what he did and these allegations are out there and he does it, then great. But until then, I'm not a fan of it. But that doesn't mean he can't be interviewed. That doesn't mean R&B, who's friends with him, can't talk to him about the situation. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents. Robert Giacinta says, just walked out of I Know What You Did Last Summer. How dare they allow that killer reveal? What a slap in the face to fans. The movie was terrible. Seems to be on your wavelength.
It's bad, guys. It's bad.
Mo Lester says, I'm so excited for the Avatar 3 trailer. #blue. Yeah, apparently it leaked online already, even though
can you imagine things leaking online? I think I saw Fire and Ash footage at CinemaCon anyways. It looks like more of the same. Like, I'm going to see it. I really like Avatar. I like Way of the Water too. It wasn't quite as good, maybe because it didn't feel as fresh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to see Fire and Ash.
Yeah, I've been invited to a 3D screening of the trailer Monday night. Before
Are you going to go?
Yeah, I'll go because it's at the same theater where I'm about to go see. What am I seeing Monday night?
All right. So
Fantastic Four.
Sorry, what did you say?
Fantastic Four. I'm seeing it Monday night.
Right. You have other business there. I was going to say, if you slept out to a movie theater for 3 minutes of a fucking movie trailer, I'm going to be disappointed.
Those days are done. I did that back in my 20s.
Yeah.
Mo Lester, for my B-Day, should I go watch Lawrence of Arabia? Yes. Lawrence of Arabia. If you like classic films, I would highly recommend it. That's in my top 5 of favorite films ever. So I would say yes. Jeff.
Get an 8-ball and a hooker, Mo. What are you doing?
What? No.
There's 364 other days of the year you can watch Lawrence of Arabia, bro.
He can also get an 8-ball. Anyway, never.
Mo, come on.
Bo Lester also says, I missed out on Odyssey tickets. I'm angry. Grr. Exactly.
Mo, I have tickets. Actually, I'll scalp to you. $400 a ticket.
Come on. Show me you really care about this movie.
Yeah. Are you really a fan, Mo?
True Ball says, Jeffrey Daniel Sneider, the third, what the F are you wearing?
By the way, did you notice that guy's name was Mo Lester?
Yeah.
You get it?
Oh, fuck. All right. I fell into it again. Damn it.
Fucking got you, bro. Jeffrey Daniel Sneider the third. What the fuck are you wearing? It's a pink cardigan. It's very comfortable. It stands out in the crowd. And my middle name's not Daniel.
Oh, but are you the third? Are you even the third?
Bro, I am the first. Believe me. One of a fucking kind. One of one.
Max Law says, thanks to Jeff for guesting on my podcast recently. It was a great chat and can be found at Anticipation Boulevard Podcast.
Max, I owe you a tweet, bro. I need to get that out. I'm so sorry. I have not tweeted it yet. I am going to tweet out the link. Everybody be sure to check out Max's episode with me. He was kind enough to have me on his podcast.
Nice. Dr. John Pimpia says, what's John Rocha's favorite movie snack? Almonds.
Almonds.
Almonds. No, what do I eat? Probably pretzel bits. Pretzel bits with cheese is my favorite snack at the
pretzel bit. Wait, pretzel bits?
Yeah, the little pretzel bits that you get.
They're called pretzel bites, bro. What are you doing right now?
I guess I'm used to the
pretzel bits.
Wetzel's ones.
A little bit of pretzel.
Roger Chiquita said, my worst nightmare is that I Know What You Did Last Summer team remaking Basic Instinct. Man, that movie pissed me off. Such a lame piece of crap. Wow.
They don't have to worry about that. She's not getting hired on another horror thriller anytime soon.
Wow. Max Law says, hearing good buzz around Rental Family for TIFF 2025, and we got to see Roofman together, Jeff, and share our thoughts afterwards.
Looking forward to both. If I get into TIFF, we'll see. I haven't gotten word yet, but very much looking forward to Roofman from Derek Sion France, director of Place Beyond the Pines, whereas Rental Family is getting Oscar buzz again for that guy, Brendan Fraser, the guy from The Mummy. Who would have thought?
Jay Bling, I think the erotic thriller genre had been sullied by too many bad apples, such as studios didn't even want to try to find any good apples anymore. Yeah.
You know what's a good one? A good recent one?
Go ahead.
That Jennifer Lopez movie, The Boy Next Door. Did you see that? That was a January release, but you know what? It was a fun one.
I did not see that one. The Jennifer Lopez one? Come on.
Yeah.
Answer your own question. I don't watch her stuff. Jeremy Gold, always love the show, fellas.
Dude, remember Obsessed with Ali Larter and Beyonce?
Oh, God, I remember that. What was that one called? It was called Obsessed?
I think so.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, these are fun movies.
Okay. Jeremy Gold says, I always love the show, fellas. Is there an older IP that deserves a reboot? Or how do we nurture creative talent to make the next modern classic? Well, I'm so confused. Modern classics are happening all over the place. 1917, Parasite, Oppenheimer. What are you talking about? At what rate did you think classics were happening in the past? Modern classics are happening all over the place right now. I mean, I'm confused, Jeff.
I mean, yeah, I think the industry is doing a good job of nurturing that creative talent. I think that the creative talent sometimes shoots itself in the foot by overdoing it a little bit. Like, again, that movie, The Substance.
Yeah.
That should be a modern classic, but the last 15 minutes are overkill.
Right.
And I wish that sometimes Hollywood kept some of these auteurs, if you will, check a little bit. Is there an older IP that deserves a reboot? I mean, we'll probably have to wait until the OG passes, but it'd probably be Die Hard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Why not? Die Hard's a great piece of IP. And it could be reinvented and everything, and but I think that they probably need to wait for Bruce to pass.
I should have answers to these questions, Jeremy. My apologies to you, bro, because I don't think about that stuff. I rarely ever think about that. I'm always looking forward, you know. Kyle Wilson says, do you think network TV is going to pivot to production studios for digital content and focus on news and sports and push entertainment to streaming? I think very, very possible. Jeff?
Do I think network TV is going to pivot to production studios for digital performance?
Basically licensing their airwaves to put pre-made content on there that they didn't necessarily make.
No, I don't know if I see that because everybody has to defend their jobs. Like, that's first and foremost. It's the job of an executive. First and foremost is not to hire the best person for the job. It's not to entertain the viewers at home. It's to keep their own jobs.
Yeah, right. True. 100%. 100%.
So when you say push entertainment to streaming, like, are we talking about like NBC making shows just for Peacock and like being on NBC?
Maybe.
I don't really know exactly what you're getting at. But yeah, I don't know if I see that happen. There's only so much news in sports.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you say that, but we've got multiple 24-hour news stations and 24-hour sports stations. So, yes, there's only so much, but they sure do milk it for as long as they can. The same story over and over and over again. So, maybe. Matt Sister McCall, how often do you sell screenplays and what's the highest amount? Risks and rewards for being a source? Couldn't you rat them out if you were a jerk?
How often do I sell people? I mean, I have a few clients, some clientele, if you will, who are interested in reading certain scripts before they come out, whether it's Eddington or Weapons or things like that. And as long as I can trust that you're not going to go take the script and put it online, because that's an asshole move, right?
Totally.
It's supposed to be for your enjoyment. It's not so you can get more clicks for your website.
True.
As long as we can keep the nature of the transaction relatively discreet, happy to share the things that I get that fall into my possession. Scripts, I think it depends on the price, depends on, what we're talking about. Like, is it some like a hot spec script? Is it like a franchise title? I don't know. And yeah, if you're a source and you're constantly feeding me information, I'm happy to share the information that I have as well. Could I rat them out could I rat who out? Like the people sending me these scripts?
Yeah, the sources that you're getting these
I
things.
mean, I'm not going to rat anybody out. That's kind of not what I do. I want the information, and to do that, you have to respect your sources. I got something today sent to me that would have been a really good scoop, and they were like, "I'm sending you this, hoping you can keep it under wraps and not go with it," and I had to respect that.
Wow. Well, folks, I just want to let you know we're almost done with the super chats. Only 21 this week. What is happening? There's almost 800 of you watching us live right now. Send in your love. We're still going to be on the air for another 30 minutes. So send in your questions, thoughts, and comments through the Streamlabs or super chats, people. Matt Sister McCall says, thoughts on Chef Boyardee? It's nasty and gross. Hey, it'll do in a pinch, Jeff.
Not a Chef Boyardee guy, but I am a big Kraft mac and cheese guy.
Oh, wow.
Like a big one, like once a week at least.
Respect.
I have no shame. People are like, Kraft mac and cheese. I'm like, yeah, that's the best. And I know how to make it. It's the only dish I make, in fact.
Matt says we call more non-PC comedy and erotic thrillers, baby. Sure, but are people going to come see them? That's the problem. You can make them all you want, but the public might not come. Don't complain if they don't come.
I think people are, when you look at like what are the most popular podcasts, they're all non-PC stuff. And I think if Hollywood started catering to that audience again, that audience would return to theaters.
The difference is you're sitting on your ass downloading a podcast. You're not getting in your car, driving to a theater, paying, and sitting around a bunch of other dopes who are making loud noises while you're in the theater. Yeah, that's the difference. Mike B says, can Assassin's Creed be successfully adapted? The Halo writer is involved, which has me worried, but he also wrote The Killing, which I liked. Yeah, I like The Killing as well. I think, yeah, it can be. You've just got to find the right person. Although Halo didn't really kind of please the fans of Halo, so.
I don't really know what the story of Assassin's Creed is. It doesn't seem like something that I would be particularly interested in.
Yeah, it depends on the version of Assassin's Creed you want to go with, because it's basically an assassin who is involved in multiple time periods. So
you're about to say he's basically an assassin who had Creed and
he can't violate it. Molesta. Oh, there we go again. Says, I normally get a hooker for my B-Day, but I'm trying to change my ways, fellas. Turning 27, getting old. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, hookers are an early 20s thing.
I mean, if you're into that, I never was.
Yeah.
Poisonous Plant says, have you heard any more Resident Evil casting? Jeff, you heard any more?
Nope.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. Oh, here we go. Here was a good one. Googly says, James Bond writer, MGM needs to spend Amazon's money to get QT. Justin Kuritzkis is the name that was floated this week. Do you buy that? Do you agree with that? Or do you think that's just kind of shit in the wind?
I kind of think it's the latter.
So do you think that's just a name that's being floated for fun, just to get a reaction?
I think it's a name that made, I don't know. I don't really know where it's coming from, to be honest.
Right.
Maybe it will be him, but I don't really see why.
Right.
So we can get another non-ending like Challengers.
Oof.
So you can literally like build an entire movie to a point where it's like, and the answer is it's a tie. Goodbye.
Tune in next week. All right, fair point. The Shadow says, speaking of Scooby-Doo, Jeff, any update on the live action show? It's been kind of quiet. Yeah, Jeff, have you heard anything on Scooby-Doo?
Ruh-roh. I've heard nothing.
Yeah. Neither have I. Derek Blade says, Meteor Man remake. What? The Robert Townsend one? I don't think they would remake that one. Listen, folks, y'all got to get used to this now, because I'm telling you the truth. You know, the idea of having black superheroes and people of color superheroes, it ain't going to happen with the frequency that it was before. These studios are low-key they'll have some, like we saw with Eddie Gathegi in Superman, but it won't be a lot. So just put that in your brain now going forward. Poison Plant says, favorite band when you were a kid?
They're the same bands I like now.
It's always been the Beatles. What about you, Joe?
It's fucking Radiohead and Metallica and Weezer.
Oh, fair enough. Mr. Cool Kid over there. Poison's playing Thunderbolts over Superman. That's your opinion for sure. Yeah. Jay Bling, I love your mother's cookies, Jeff. If you know, you know. What the hell? I don't think I know that one.
You know what? My mother's cookies, they were okay.
Hey.
She won the Yummy Mummy Award a couple of years at camp. Where do you think I get my good looks from? My dad?
I don't know. I've never seen your dad. Man, Sister McCall, who would you like as a Bond girl besides Sydney Sweeney? Yeah, you always default to Sydney Sweeney for everything. Who else would you like as a Bond girl, for God's sakes, Jeff?
I'm giving away my preferences with Sydney Sweeney.
There are other women.
I'll tell you, we just saw her maybe this last weekend. What if Sarah Sampaio was a Bond girl?
Yeah. You know, she says that Jennifer Holland saw her audition as the one that
I'm gonna teach you how to eat on camera. I do a better job.
You do. I'm not eating, I'm chewing.
Sarah Sampaio, I think, would be good. But I also like she may be a little too close to Sydney Sweeney. You can't have her and Sydney Sweeney. You got to have two radically different Bond girls, I think.
Yeah, good point.
Who would I like to see? Oh, okay, I got one. From a show that I just watched.
Okay.
Which I'm embargoed from talking about.
Okay.
Cleopatra Coleman.
Ooh. Okay.
Dude, Cleopatra Coleman has the best lips in the business.
Whoa.
She's so hot. I've always thought she was hot.
Okay. Fair point. Who is the girl? Maya Kalamaui, the girl in Moon Knight. I think she'd be a great Bond girl. I'd be down with that. A lot of people talk about her for Wonder Woman, even, so who knows? Kyle Wilson, I meant networks outsourced entertainment to streaming and broadcast news, sports, and syndication until no one watches broadcast anymore. All the love. No, I think people still can always go to, because you got to remember, like, old people are not going to be like, oh, I got to look on YouTube to find this or that. No, old people just want, let me flip on the TV and see what the fuck is on. And most of CBS wouldn't have a network if old people didn't exist. Let me tell you that right now.
Yeah. I think we're still a good 20 years away. At least 10 to 20 years away from that shit just disappearing. 2
or 3 generations need to die first. Get old and die before that changes over. Cowboys Fan 92 says, hi, John. I saw Superman on Sunday. That film is cinema. Everybody killed it. My rating is 9.10. Needed more Daily Planet and Hawk Girl. I assume he's not saying Hawkatua Girl. So, yes. I don't know about 9. I gave it an 8 as a fun thing, but like, I don't know about 9. But I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Glad you liked it, Cowboys fan.
Absolutely. That as well. Mike B says, Demolition Man sequel, please. Rumored a few years ago. I don't know, Jeff.
I think we can leave that one in the past. I don't think we need a Demolition Man movie.
Robert Giacinta says, Jennifer Love Hewitt wins Yummy Mummy for me. Oh, boy. There you go. I do think, listen, again, if you're coming after her for her weight and you're being mean about it, go fuck yourself. But if you think...
A lot of people did. That was definitely the conversation online this week, and I was shocked and appalled.
But I think you're also allowed to say, you know what? I don't find her attractive anymore. You're allowed to say that, so I don't know. People get so sensitive. I mean, people have been going after Tom Cruise for the last 10 years because he's finally looking his age, and somehow that's okay. But
we can talk about men, can talk about women.
I'm just saying it's got to be fair, right? Dark Knit says, anything on the Gundam Wing movie? I haven't heard anything.
No.
Jay Blink says, I love your mother's cookies is from The Boy Next Door, as mentioned by Jeff. Oh,
I forgot.
Wait, isn't that the movie where he supposedly found a first printing of a book in some damn yard sale? It's so stupid. That movie's so fucking stupid. Poisonous Plants 15. What's DiCaprio doing next? Whatever Scorsese
doing next.
Whatever Scorsese tells him to. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he cameos in Cliff Booth.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Okay.
I just don't see him leaving Pitt and Fincher and Tarantino hanging. And if you look at that cast, I find that cast to be a little underwhelming.
Okay.
And so it wouldn't shock me.
Okay.
It wouldn't shock me at all.
Jay Bling also says Simone Ashley is a Bond girl, super exotic lady.
Okay, Jay Bling.
Yeah. Oh, she played the sister of Ariel in the Little Mermaid one recently, and she was also
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton, yeah, Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
Respect. All right, let's move over to the Streamlabs. Now that we've done the super chats here, let's see. George Lucas says, John and Jeff, when are y'all going to get some meat up and get some chips and cookies before you get baked and order some dark burgers and watch movies and have a sleepover?
John only comes to Los Angeles for very important trailer premieres, guys. So you can get another video on the. I'm just teasing, I'm busting balls. You can get another one.
Hey, it pays the bills, man.
I won't knock it. I respect the hustle. But yeah, he comes up here and he's just going to events with Shannon. He never calls me.
It was his birthday.
I got to wait till February to see John.
That's true. Jeff likes filet of fish. Hey, y'all, wanted to say the moment in your last live stream where Jeff mentioned Eddie Gathegi working with Ryan Coogler, then John slowly realizing what Jeff was putting down was a top 10 moment of the show. It was like out of a movie. Jeff is fire, bro. Yes, Jeff is fire.
I'm telling you, that idea is going to catch on. Gathegi as Fox Mulder. I can see it.
I like the idea. Robert Lasowski says, I follow so many scoopers on X who are hit or miss. Who would you both say are the best ones to trust? I ask because Rocha's description of Spider-Man Brand New Day seems like it's exactly what is going to happen. Well, yeah, but I don't break scoops. Like I get an occasional thing through sources and drop it. Jeff's the one that does it for a living.
John Rocha had to do some shit for that scoop. He was a third for Tom Holland and Zendaya one night.
Not a bad place to be. I'll be honest with you.
He came in to do a little bull work. I liked Nexus Point News. Nexus Point News has had some good breaks lately. You got to give them credit for the werewolf casting this week with Aaron Taylor Johnson and Lily Rose Depp. I mean, maybe, they're a little obvious because they just worked with Eggers on this one too. But yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson is going to be the werewolf in that movie. And then this morning we got the confirmation. We all assume that Willem Dafoe is going to be in the movie as well.
Yeah, no surprise. Who is Willem Dafoe going to play? His dad? Is he the Anthony Hopkins in this whole thing?
I mean, I think he could be a badass werewolf hunter, but I guess he kind of just did that with vampires.
Yeah, I like My Time to Shine. Hello. Daniel Richtman to a degree. So yeah, and of course, Boris Kidd and your boy Justin Kroll. So, but Jeff, of course, number one.
Actually, I'll give him a shout out because he doesn't get he's often overlooked.
Okay,
but Matt Grobar at Deadline is become a really good reporter.
Okay, fair point. Klaus says, hi, Jeff. Is there any DC crumb you can give us right now? Yeah, anything in the DC side of things, Jeff?
No, I'm gonna save that all the Wonder Woman talk for the newsletter, and there's not much else really. I mean, Clayface is where it is, and we all know that James was talking about the Sergeant Rock movie when he was
bashing that.
Yeah, like that was pretty obviously Sergeant Rock. I don't think it was Swamp Thing. I don't think they have multiple drafts of Swamp Thing at this point.
I'm confused why people think it's Swamp Thing for the exact reason you just said. There's no way there's multiple drafts of that.
Right. But I mean, again, you have to think about the temperature of that equipment.
I know. Tim says, does Disney do their movie marketing internally or with an external firm? With that, can they stop posting new clips of Fantastic Four? Rant over. But am I crazy to think F4 will have a better worldwide opening than Superman? No, you're not crazy because Marvel has just a stronger brand right now.
Yeah.
If the reviews are great, it'll do well, right, Jeff?
It may not do as well domestically, but I think that internationally it'll perform a lot better, and that the overall number probably will be higher. I mean, it also benefits from like stars, right? I mean, Nick Holt's the biggest star in Superman. This one's got Pedro Pascal, who everybody seems to love right now. I've loved all like the throwback old school marketing materials.
Me too.
Obviously, they've started to just give stuff away now, right? It's like
I didn't
not in the movie. Paul Walter Hauser, he's Mole Man. It's just all this stuff that they ask you to keep quiet, and everybody freaks out if you say it a year early because we were planning something special for a week before the movie.
Yeah, I think spoiler culture is dying. The amount of people who are upset about spoilers being spoiled is getting smaller and smaller. I think the newer generation doesn't give two shits about it.
But you have to have some tact. I'm not like a review I know you did last time. I'm not going to tell you who the killer is.
Right.
Maybe I am. I don't know.
I mean,
spoiler warning on that one.
Yeah. John Fabarsa, hi John and Jeff. Always enjoy watching a show and to learn. Will there be a time jump between Doomsday and Secret Wars like Endgame had? And do you guys have any updates in appearing on New Rockstars? Oh, Jeff, we need to circle back on that. We haven't
got to circle back. You got to come up to Burbank.
I will come up for that. Absolutely. And I'll take you out to dinner afterwards. 100%.
Sounds good to me, baby.
The time jump between Doomsday and Secret Wars? Probably. But not a big one. Ledger says, John and Jeff, thoughts on Jake Schreier answers whether directing Marvel Studios X-Men. Thoughts on Jake Schreier's answer on whether directing Marvel Studios X-Men. I can say nothing about that. Also, any Spider-Man update for casting and maybe X-Men casting as well? Seems like a pretty innocuous answer, Jeff.
Yeah, it's pretty standard. No comment. Yeah. Again, I think his deal is closed, but I don't know if it is. Yeah. It was very early when that was first reported. But yeah, he's the guy.
Yeah. Doug Developer says, hi, Jeff. Rewatched Adaptation with Nicolas Cage, and I was wondering if the film makes fun of Robert McKee. He says, any idiot can use voiceover narration to show the thoughts of a character, yet many classic films use VO.
I think it pokes fun at McKee a little bit, but it's also like there's a reverence to it. It's clearly out of respect. But yeah, I think it sends up the whole nature of that, or that screenwriting can necessarily be taught like it's, a math equation.
Yeah. I had a friend of mine I used to date a girl who, I think she wrote the most recent Rebel Wilson film, or did the story for it. She told me once, like, if you take a class for stand-up comedy, what? Well, why are you? She said she would shoot me if I ever took a class for stand-up comedy. Same thing. You either have it or you don't. You can hone it, but you either have it or you don't. Fredtastic 314. Hey, Hot Mike, loving this show. So showing support to you all. I'm excited for Tron Ares. I was thankful for Tron Legacy because Tron was such a disappointment when I saw it 40 years ago. Also, what's your favorite after-school snack? Mine was Frozen Pops. Oh, I'm going to tell you mine, but it was embarrassing, and it's why I was a chubby fucking kid. I would sneak into my mother's cabinet and get, the kitchen cabinet and get frosting. I would buy the tablespoon. I would sneak the frosting off till mom got to work. So that's why I was a chubby little kid back then.
I like your mother's cookies. No, for me, it was Gushers.
Oh, Gushers, yeah. What was the one where you dipped it with the sugar thing and the sugar?
Old fucking Dunkaroos, baby.
Yeah. I used to do those all the time. Be on sugar high.
I'm doing some Dunkaroos, man. Leave me alone.
Jeff Snyder likes hot Cheetos. Says, Jeff, what's the update with Drew Goddard's Matrix movie? It's the same vein. In the same vein, will we ever get another season of Hannibal with Camp Crystal Lake's showrunner?
I mean, God, I was really thinking about that because I finished Hannibal this week.
Oh, yeah. Series?
The book.
Oh, the book. Okay.
Yeah. So I went down the whole Thomas Harris and the Hannibal TV series rabbit hole. Man, I would love another fucking season of that. I would love to have for Fuller to be able to complete his vision. But short of that, and it feels like too much time has probably gone by, it is time to reboot him.
What about Silence of the Lambs? Is that what you're saying? Reboot that, the whole thing?
Well, I think you start from the beginning. I actually think you start with
Red Dragon.
Another Red Dragon, actually, and another Will Graham and everything, which seems maybe weird or counterintuitive, but I think it's the only way to do this this franchise justice. So yeah, it is time for a new Hannibal Lecter. Who would you cast as a new Hannibal Lecter?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I've thought about that like for the last month.
What about Department Q? What about Matthew Good? Is he too good looking, too tall, too imposing?
He'd be interesting.
Do you want to get like what age are you looking at for Lecter?
That's the thing. I'm not sure. I would think 30s, maybe 40.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep leaning towards Dano, but
right.
I don't know if it's like too on the nose.
He'd be great if you made him European. Is Christoph Waltz a few years ago? Like he would be an incredible Lecter. I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, I love Gyllenhaal too. Gyllenhaal's just so intense. But yeah, it would be a fascinating question. What was the first half of the question though?
Drew Goddard's Matrix movie. Have you heard any update on it?
Anything?
Yeah. Doug Developer back again. It's Doug Developer. Says, last time an actress was highly publicized for being nude was Halle Berry in Swordfish in 2001. Then came real porn on the internet. I agree with Rocha. No one cares for nude scenes as much anymore. It's just because it's not dangerous. It's not hidden anymore. You can see it everywhere, you know. Yeah. Although
you guys are crazy.
Although okay. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you. I think if Sydney Sweeney was to do like an erotic thriller, the internet would snap in half.
I'll tell you, if you say Sydney Sweeney is going to be topless in movie X, that movie's going to open bigger than Superman.
Cut it out. Mike says, Jeff reminds me of the lead singer from Trippin' Daisy, except he can't sing and really doesn't have a girl. Is 2025 a weak year for movies so far, you guys? So far for me. Yep. Mike.
Well, Mike, you're a moron.
There you go.
First of all, my sex life is none of your business, but don't worry about it. I'm doing just fine. Yeah. What was the first part of that? That I look like
the lead singer?
Like I can't sing.
Yeah,
bro, I'm the best singer you fucking know. You've not seen my karaoke video on Instagram where I sing Journey's Separate Ways. I know how to bring the fucking ceiling down on a karaoke.
That's amazing. I love it. All right, let's see what else we got. Just a few more, Jeff, and then we'll get on out of here. What do we got? Played out hot sauce and Kraft mac and cheese. Yes, Jeff, or no?
No, I'm not a hot sauce guy. Let me tell you what happened. I remember it being at summer camp. I was 15.
Okay.
There was a fat kid, and they were everybody was trying to get this fat kid to take a shot of Tabasco sauce. And he wouldn't do it. And so me being having INAD, which is I need attention disorder, I went in there and took the shot myself, and it was probably the worst thing I've ever had in my mouth. I threw up immediately. I could not wait tables that meal.
Wow.
And I've never had hot sauce since on anything. So for me, it's either bacon bits.
Okay.
Those are bits, not bites.
Yes.
And pepper.
Oh.
Just pepper on the mac and cheese.
Right on. Good stuff. I shave in bacon. That Shadow. Burgers next movie with Will Ferrell sounds fun. Burgers next movie. What?
Edward Berger, the Ballad of a Small Player. I mean, yeah, anytime you have a drama about a gambling addict in Macau, sounds like a blast.
Kyle Wilson, boxers, briefs, and commando, which for a first date? Boxer briefs.
Yeah, boxer briefs is good if you're wearing underwear.
Please wear underwear. You dirty sacks of shit. Wear underwear with your ball cheese and your leaking asses. Wear underwear. For
ball cheese?
Yeah. Yeah, all you sweaty nerdy bitches. Jay Bling, first edition Iliad in The Boy Next Door, LL. Yes, that's what it was. A first edition of the Iliad. Get the fuck out of here. So dumb. Oh, I saw that scene. It was on YouTube. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Kyle Wilson, Devious Plan, Rocha going live during Capes for the win. No, I would never do that. I mean, Christian's my boy, so I wouldn't do that. And those guys, Winston does spill the tequila with me, so I wouldn't do that. There's no logic at all. Kyle Wilson says, member idea. You and Jeff watched 1985's The Stuff. What's The Stuff? Does he mean The Right Stuff?
No, there's like a horror movie called The Stuff. It's
really?
Like very subversive. Yeah, I've it's been on my radar for a long time, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, Michael Moriarty. Oh, I like Michael Moriarty. Oh, and Garrett Morris.
It's like with like a purple substance or green substance. I forget.
Oh my shit! Look at this cast, man. Paul Sorvino, Danny Aiello. It's a good cast. Holy shit. Larry Cohen. I don't know if that's a horror movie name. Larry Cohen. He did Maniac Cop. Never mind. All right. I think that's it. I think that's everything. You got to get to. Oh wait, we got one more.
I Am Two Fly Cam just came.
Just got here. Support. Favorite director currently working for you both. Also, Jeff, have you heard anything about Fede Alvarez's next Alien entry?
Just that it's going to feature Predator.
Yeah.
Favorite director, D. Finch, baby.
I mean, how can you not say Nolan? I mean, Nolan is probably, but I mean, for me personally, I guess favorite Denis Villeneuve. Denis Villeneuve is my favorite. I just love Denis pieces. So, but Nolan's probably objectively the right answer. All right, that's everything. Jeff's got to get to a screening. We got to get out of here. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Thanks for the Streamlabs Superchat. Thanks for the lively chat. Jeff, please let people know where they can follow you and subscribe to your newsletter and anything else you want to tell them.
TheInsnider.com for all your scoopy needs and reviews of summer movies and lists of things you don't need lists of. And just, I don't know, things that'll keep you plugged in and things you can talk about at a dinner party.
It's true. You put a lot of tids and bits and bites in there for sure.
Bits and bobs, yes.
As for me, at the Rocha Says, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, the Outlaw Nation on Twitch. And please remember to subscribe to the channel down below. We're so close to 40,000. We're just like 700 subscribers away from 40,000. Please subscribe down below. Hit that bell button. Leave your thoughts on everything here on the show as well. And anything else you want us to talk about in the future. Maybe we'll bring that up and have it as a topic of conversation for the show. All right, take care of yourselves. Be well. Go see a movie this weekend, and we'll talk to you next time with another brand new episode of The Hot Mic. Peace.
Right.